Thank God it's Friday. Welcome to the show. I am Murayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies with me. Hello. How you doing, Obiajilu?
I'm doing amazing.
I was reading the script and also I am busy. I had to pause, hesitate.
Oh,
like,
okay, you were supposed to.
Like, so I thought, I was like, is she a guest? How you doing?
I'm doing great. So my little daughter is having a Christmas party today.
Yeah.
So I'm
all
glammed up, looking like a mommy.
Oh, they tell parents
to
to come.
play my mommy role.
Christmas carol.
Parents are allowed to come.
Yeah,
Oh,
Christmas
carol.
The carol.
celebration. So they have different, because they have 3 segments: the primary, the nursery, and they do it at different dates.
Oh wow!
So I still have like another 2 to attend. I think next week. So I'm rushing off there, and then I would see my waka today. God will help me. So I'll go to Ikoyi. I'll come back. You are doing praise party.
It's not today, oh.
When is it?
23rd.
Thank God.
You were wondering how you're going to divide
somewhere
yourself.
because we have TVC party.
Yeah.
So how do I do?
Oh.
Don't worry, God is your strength.
See what I say?
You'll figure it out.
You figure it out. How you doing, Mariam? I love the goddess look today.
Thank you. Thank you. I knew we were going to be wearing the same hair. I guessed. So I was like, how do I make my
your
hair
own different. You did a good job at it.
So yesterday was interesting. I went for my son's school's Christmas carol. My God, those children were mind-blowing. There was this particular last class that did it, house. He had such a powerful voice. We were screaming and shouting. You think it was Michael Jackson?
I was singing.
I'm like, I hope this boy is allowed to grow in his talents. I hope it's not a dad. They're saying you're going to do medicine. Like, so it was really enjoyable. I loved it. Then we all went to dinner after. So it was really
parents
nice.
went to dinner. You guys.
No. I mean the family.
Oh, family.
Yes, me, my husband, the kids, and grandma went.
Nice. I like that. Okay, we'll try that. We have ours on Tuesday.
Yes,
I can't make it because I have management meeting at that time exactly.
You
Your
after
husband
management
can go
meeting,
now.
you.
Yeah, but my daughter is presenting and her play. She's been
husband can
practicing. Yeah, she really wants me to beg it that mommy.
Mommy is now.
You have to come.
They want mommy.
And I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm doing well. I'm
love
grateful
the
to
necklace.
God. Yes, I got it. All these Instagram vendors. Me, I'm an Instagram shopper, and thankfully, I have never been scammed on Instagram. Maybe Grace, maybe I do due diligence, but somehow when it landed yesterday, I was like, I'm going to rock it. I'm not even waiting for ceremony. Before, I used to wait until there's something happening before
every day is a
rocking,
Christmas.
but now I'm like, I'm in a season where if I have a new outfit,
Launch
I
it.
wear it, I do it.
Absolutely think this is gorgeous.
But it's weekend. Weekend is packed. Carol in my church is this Sunday. My team needs to do video rehearsal by 10 p.m. I have Pray with Joy dinner this evening. As in this weekend, and my husband's birthday is on Sunday. I'm looking at myself like, hey, how are you going to do
Our own hangout, when is it? Did you postpone?
lunch? Abby?
Oh, it's not lunch. on Saturday.
Saturday is my mom's birthday.
Oh, yikes.
This season is
fantastic.
wonderful.
I will be happy if it's postponed because I need to start sleep. Because I got a call.
Can you be postponed, please?
I got a call
Saturday
yesterday
is so serious.
to host the experience.
As
I wanted to enter the ground. I was like, are you sure you're calling me? It's you. I'm like, what?
Wow,
I was very excited. I was there till like 2 o'clock. We left about past 11:30 p.m., but I got home really like 2 a.m. because of the traffic. A bridge fell off Nigerians.
Okay.
Truck ran into a pedestrian bridge and the whole bridge fell down.
Yeah, Alapere.
And
That
it
affected
crossed the entire.
So if BC hadn't mentioned it, I wouldn't have heard. I'm just saying we should have. I mean, I was in the car. The radio was on. That is something that
over and over again.
you would expect would
All
mention
radio
over and
stations.
over again, or else I would have been caught up in serious traffic. Even with that, I was still in traffic. But to think that it happened since yesterday, I thought it just happened this morning.
Yeah, it happened almost in front of me. It's about maybe about 200 or 300 meters away. So just some people packed. We just wondering what's going on, and then when I was there for like 2 hours trying to figure out how to enter Alakbere all the way to Ikorodu.
Oh gosh.
Bad. I was there, so I was really exhausted. But
Hope they're
hey, we're
enjoying
happy. I'm pretty
casual.
excited about today.
Yeah, I'm excited about it too.
Yeah.
Have you done?
I was seeing Pastor Paul face to face.
I see him every Sunday.
I know me. I was too starstruck.
Oh, you
I
are
was supposed to be an usher. I canceled because of our
hangout. Oh, Pele.
Now I feel bad.
Since
Like I
since we're all
failed God.
name dropping, I know him too.
Well, this is my
taking pictures
first
with him.
time ever that
Getting that close.
down.
I'm so happy
I'm
for
so
you.
even afraid of posting. Like,
Please post it too, because I've seen you inside somebody else's
Did you
video.
rehearse? Do you have?
Yes, we
did
had
you
to
do
do
any
a
rehearsal?
rehearsals,
Okay,
yeah,
so
It's going to be wow.
Okay.
If you never watched, if you have never watched the experience before, this one, tune in extra. Our own MD Mama is going to be there.
Oh, that yes.
Let's go on a break. Come back. Look at the front pages of the papers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Leader. Thanks for staying with us. We're going to start with The Nation. Tinubu vows punishment for error bombing culprits. 2 kidnapped prospective youth corps members freed. Exodus of skilled youth abroad. Worries federal government. Wow.
Finally.
Tributes galore for Frank Kokori. Oil theft. Tantita security forces arrest another suspicious vessel. NJC rejects petition against Osunsi de Adekwele-Ojo. Okay, which story are we starting with?
We can start with operatives of Tantita Security Services Limited, the Nigerian Army, and the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, arrested a massive vessel in the coastal waters of Ondo State. So according to sources, it said the suspected vessel was sighted off the coast of Ondo State while loading crude from a wellhead. And the investigations also revealed that a combined team of soldiers, men of the NSCDC and Tantita operatives accosted the vessel, which had naval personnel on board. And the naval personnel refused their request by the NNPC that the vessel be moved to NNPC jetty at Okporoza for a joint inspection. So they refused that, and Navy arrested the vessel, insisted on arresting the vessel. They now found out that the naval operatives were shooting all day, causing another standstill in that area. But by the time they found the vessel, they said they found that the vessel was actively involved in siphoning crude oil from both sides of the wellhead. And when they started interrogation, they also found that they had 17 Nigerian crew members on board. The storage capacity is about 15,000 metric tons. And, you know, the time of arrest, they had loaded about 500 metric tons of crude oil already. This was being stolen. So one of the reasons they insisted on arresting was if they had left them when they refused to answer, before you know it, they would disappear. You won't even see the vessel anymore. So that arrest now, I hope that we'll hear at the end of the day what was done to, yes, the Nigerians that are involved, the people that are sending them. And I beg them not to destroy the crude. We need it. They shouldn't blow it up.
Okay, let me take our president says, according to the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Dr. Betta Adeoti, she said, our president is disturbed by the exodus of skilled youth from Nigeria in search for greener pastures abroad. The president is also concerned that many of these migrants are educationally equipped youths who, on whom national resources have been expended. He was disturbed by the trend of job seekers going abroad to look for greener pastures. And she was speaking at an event, which is the National Dialogue on Migration at the Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced event in Abuja. Also, furthermore, she said that the numbers in Nigeria is not of those who are migrating is not pleasant, as millions of our countrymen and women and other ECOWAS citizens within Nigeria are classified as migrants in various categories, such as internally displaced persons, refugees, and returnees. Obviously, the mandate for the National Commission for Refugees and Migrants is by no means enviable. So obviously, they're doing everything to curb the consistent migration. The numbers are increasing year in, year out, and they have to find a way to create jobs to get our youths to stay back in Nigeria.
Yes, and then NYSC, I think we remember when we talked about 7, I think, prospective youth corps members who were on their way to camp in Sokoto and they were abducted in Zamfara. And this happened in August. So NYSC is telling us that they've secured the release of 2 of them, females, and that they're going to keep doing all that they can to make sure the others are returned safely and in good health to their families. You know, I remember when we talked about it last, the parents said that they haven't heard anything. They just seemed like they had been abandoned, but it looks like they're still in negotiation with them. And hopefully, you know, we don't get to hear about this. And we're praying for those who are still in captivity. May God keep them safe, and may we soon be able to secure their release as well.
So I'm taking the president's statement concerning the military, the mistake that happened with the military attacking this village that has led to the death of over about 127 Nigerians, the Tudumbiri village in Kaduna State. The president has said that he vowed that any one involved in the error would be dealt with. And because of that statement was made by the vice president, who visited the people in the hospital, the survivors in the hospital, and he expressed that the heart of the president is with all of the survivors of that particular incident, and that the president himself will have been there, but he's here to represent the president. And he commiserated that there's a particular initiative, the Fulako initiative, that is the president's response to non-kinetic solutions in the challenges in the northwest, and that these people will be the first beneficiaries of the support, that they will be well taken care of. All the survivors will be well taken care of. He said the initiative would provide 500 houses will be built within parts of the northern parts of Kaduna, and another 500 houses in the southern part of Kaduna, and is here to express that the president is committed to supporting them, and that the military would be reviewing their operational strategies to be sure that they investigate the entire process, and that the military also said they would not be deterred, but they would be sending out a report of the investigation to the president, Khan, as well as Ohaneze, many people, even the governor of Lagos, many governors, everybody is commiserating with the families that are left after what happened in Kaduna.
Really painful story. The Punch. FG vows to punish culprits. ACF demands GOC's removal. Sanusi corporates NNPCL doubts dollar remittance after subsidy removal. Some foreign airlines may quit Nigeria, IATA warns federal government. Tinubu Nupeng orders mourn as Kokori dies at 80. I won't surrender my mandate to intimidation, says Fubara. Government abduct 10 Nasarawa varsity students. NJC sacks Oshun judge, dismisses Aleke's petition against CJ. And NPA blames concession of $53 million, 1.8 billion naira revenue shortfall. Okay, which story are we starting with?
Yes, this is a sad story coming out from Nasarawa State. They say 10 students of the Federal University of Lafia, Nasarawa State, were in the early hours of Thursday kidnapped by bandits in the Gandu community. So this community, they say, is about 2 kilometers away from the main institution. It's a student community opposite the institution's main campus. And eyewitnesses say that about 2 a.m. these bandits came shooting sporadically, the students' head, everybody ran for safety, and that was how they were able to abduct 10 students. Now, the police command has said that they are yet to get the real facts. You know, they are not sure that this actually happened yet, because they have been trying, like on fact-finding investigation, there's no identity, they don't have any identity of the victims, you know, everything, questions that they're asking, they haven't found the answers to that yet. So at the time of this report, they can't confirm categorically that this incident has happened, but we have anonymous eyewitnesses who are saying that it did happen.
Okay, let's go on a very short break. When we come back, we continue with our review. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing Punch. Yes, I was going to take a story. You want to have a story? Go ahead.
Former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Sanusi Lamido Sanusi, has advised President Bola Ahmed Tinubu against occupying the office of the Minister of Petroleum Resources, saying that the arrangements will make it difficult for the country to hold the NNPC accountable. That's the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation. He said this while he was delivering his remark at the Bank Directors Summit, organized by the Bank Directors Association of Nigeria. This happened on Thursday in Abuja, and we know that he had been the CBN governor from June 2009 to February 2014. And he also says that the NNPC has been the most opaque oil company in the world, which means that they are really not transparent at all. And he faulted the NMPC for failing to remit enough foreign exchange into the government coffers, despite the removal of fuel subsidy by the current administration. And he talked about how he was in the CBN for over 15 years. And for that time, the NMPC was not even remitting funds into our coffers, and nobody was able to do anything. And he's saying that if the president decides to become the minister, he doesn't have a direct monitoring team. He will not be able to tell us how many barrels do we spend per day, what is coming in and what is going out. So we need an independent, minister to handle that office, so that when we ask questions, it won't be like we're attacking the president, that he's not supposed to have that same, among other things that happened. He said this is one of the reasons he was suspended in the first place, because he kept asking the questions, and he will still ask till the day he dies.
Okay, so the International Air Transport Association has warned that the Central Bank of Nigeria, some foreign airlines actually may be forced to quit the Nigerian market if the central bank is not able to repatriate the $790 million ticket revenue that is trapped in our country. Their Vice President, Camille Alawadi, was speaking in Geneva. He said that Lagos, Abuja are one of the most ranked most expensive gateways in the region, despite the poor state of the infrastructure. Thank you for adding that. According to him, the Nigerian government is currently holding the highest amount of airline trapped funds of $792 million, followed by Egypt, Algeria, and others. So, I mean, they are hoping that the government is able to do what they can to ensure that they repatriate these funds, because if not, they might have to stop flying in our own airspace going forward. So, I just hope they're able to fix this. Let's move on quickly now.
No, we're not moving on.
Story?
Yes, Rivers State. The governor of Rivers State is speaking. The Rivers State governor was talking tough on Thursday. He was doing this combined quarterly general meeting of Rivers State Council of Traditional Rulers in Port Harcourt on Thursday. While speaking, he reassured his commitment to serve the people with humility and sincerity of purpose and accountability. But he also mentioned the fact that he would not be intimidated into relinquishing what he got from the mandate he got from the people. He said he reaffirms that he's committed to the path of peace, as there is nothing to gain in needless crisis, but he will not surrender his mandate. He also mentioned that Rivers State is a collective inheritance presently under his watch, and he's going to protect and defend it as it advance it as the governor. He said he will take deliberate steps to unlock entrepreneurial spirit. He's going to support, he's going to reduce unemployment, ensure the youth get support through different skill development programs he's going to implement within the state. He said that he knows that many people are worried, and he also is worried, but he would not sacrifice his mandate. And the traditional rulers have also spoken in support of him. This is his own part, because we've also taken, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, the fact that the State House of Assembly had a meeting and said that they have not been getting support from the state's governor. So the governor is also having a time to come to media.
Moving on, the Daily Sun now. War over VP's 15 billion naira residence. 3 operatives injured as NDLEA drug cartel clash in Edo Forest. 950,000 barrels of oil cargo berthed at Dangote refinery. Ebonyi shuts down 5 fake hospitals, uncovers 107 quacks. Tinubu governors, labor unions, others mourn as Kokori dies at 80th birthday. FG pounces on OPay, PalmPay, others as NIBBSS stops non-deposit banks from funds transfer channel, and no plan to abduct Emefiele, says EFCC, DSS, and NCS. Okay, which story?
NDLEA. So this particular one is like a movie. They said NDLEA repelled rain of bullets from armed hoodlums who blocked all roads to Opuje community in Owan West. So please, I hope I got that pronunciation right, because that's where my husband is from, Owan West. Anyway, just that it's not in a good light today. Owan West local government. So there's this community, their drug barons have warehouses there, and then they stock up on all these illegal drugs. And from intelligence, NDLEA had heard about this stock pile of drugs and had gone in there to try to destroy it or make arrests. And as they were approaching that community, the forest area, the hoodlums too came out with their guns, like trying to stop it. Anyway, they were able to arrest some suspects. They said there's one Omoru and Theophilus, 37, Aigbe and Jacob, 42, Ekende, Anthony Zaza, 53, see the age range, and Naomi Patience Ohiwere, 42, were arrested in connection with these drugs. They said it's not the first time, you know, that particular area has been attacked, but, you know, the NDLA has gone to, had heard about this stockpiling of drugs and had gone there, and they're always repelling them. But the NDLA boss, Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Marwa, retired, has warned that all those who keep engaging and attacking the operatives will never find rest. They'll do all that they can to hunt them down.
So we have 5 fake hospitals in Ebonyi State that has been shut down. They were involved in fake drug distribution. They've been arrested. Governor Francis Nwifuru was the one who, you know, disclosed this in the House of Assembly as he was presenting the 2024 budget. And he said the budget is budget of innovation and success. And he said 107 medical quacks in the state have signed undertaking with the task force on medical quackery in the state never to indulge in the unwholesome practice again. And he's also committed to upgrading 13 general hospitals across the state to change the health status and provide access to healthcare services for rural dwellers. And that's one of the things that he's planning to do this period. So they have a total of 5 quack centers, which have been successfully shut down. And they mentioned the names: Eleri Hospital, Afikpo, Party Hospital, Ugobodo, Homeopathic Specialist Hospital, Igbeago, St. Patrick Hospital, Iboko, and Alexander Hospital, Umuezioka. Yes, have been shut down. They have been the major distributors of fake drugs in the state. And, you know, this they had to do collaborating with NAFDAC to ensure that this doesn't happen anymore. So there are ongoing efforts now to revamp the 13 general hospitals and see how they can bring, you know, proper health care to the people of Ebonyi.
Okay. Dangote Refinery finally received its first oil cargo yesterday, 8 p.m. at the Dangote Refinery terminal. And it was from the Agbami crude. So according to the report, it says that development is set to douse tensions, speculations over the actual 650,000 barrels per day. But Dangote has come to say that for now, they're going to start with 350,000 barrels per day, quoting industry resources and tanker tracking data. He says that the 950,000 barrel cargo of Nigeria's Agbami crude set sail on December 6th and is currently docked at Lekki, the nearest land to Dangote's offshore. The tanker is expected to begin, the refinery is supposed to begin operations hopefully immediately. The tanker was chartered by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC, symbolizes the initial crude supply to Dangote's state-of-art refinery. So we're all waiting. So now they've delivered 900,000
You know
barrels.
what I expect to have seen? The tanker is on its way. Right now it's in Lekki. It's in Lekki right now, driving through the gates of the refinery.
Yes.
The very first
Give us some media hype. Let Nigerians get excited.
Yes.
Who's their media PR?
Because it's been really, they are trying to just ensure they make this work.
I beg. This is the first time ever
Let's just make
in
it
the
work.
history of Nigeria
that we are going to be refining crude.
Yeah, but Agbami is also in partnership with Folorunsho Lalakija. That's our crude oil. So our uncle is getting.
So online, everybody should have been seeing.
Yes, we should have been. Our children should have been waving the Nigerian flag.
Everything you admire about the US was concocted from the media front to sell it. We could have sold it. That Agbami, the company that is locally owned by Folorunsho Lalakija and Kidiko, is now investing and putting crude oil into.
We don't know how to
tell the story,
ourselves.
but I want to take a story that did not make.
Just wait, let that tanker break down. Sorry.
Hey, to go viral.
This is very important. NAPTIP was addressing. NAPTIP, of course, we know is the drug agency, National Agency for Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, and there was the Director General, Professor Fatima Waziri Aziz, was speaking to the Senate Committee on Social Duties for defense of the 2024 budget, and she had to mention a lot about what they've done. 2023, they were able to secure 80 convictions. Out of those 80 were 2 high profile. First time ever, they secured the conviction of a Lebanese who deals in human trafficking, and they were able to secure the conviction of a Benin, Edo woman, not Benin. She actually is Benin. I didn't want to use the word Benin without being sure. She's a high-level person within Benin. She does human trafficking. She was convicted for trafficking 12 girls to Belgium for human trafficking and sexual exploitation. They were also able to, in conjunction with Interpol, seek the extradition of Charity Omoye, who is currently serving a 13-year jail sentence in Italy. Spoke about how they were able to rescue 2,700 people just this year, which is higher than last year. Said most of them came from Lagos and Castina because these are border cities. And she said there have been a lot of extensive awareness and education. That's what they spend their budget on. About 2 billion was what they budgeted for in 2023. And in 2024, they want to spend about 3 billion, and they are hoping to increase awareness and give this agency a global platform so that they are able to partner more with international agencies to prevent human trafficking, especially trafficking of Nigerians abroad.
All right, our final paper this one, let's finish. We've not taken. PDP distances itself from merger talks. LCCI, NECA laments exit of Procter & Gamble and others. FG votes 548.6 billion naira for federal roads nationwide. Uneasy calm in police over new postings. Kokori pro-democracy icon dies at 80. Failed abductions sue EFCC. DSS reps committee tells Emefiele and lawyers. Which story? Any story in Vanguard? Okay, let's move on quickly to the Nigerian Tribune. Any story we've not taken. Sanusi president should not be petroleum minister. NJC recommends the retirement of Osun High Court judge, declines Adele case 11 requests on CJ. Dangote refinery receives first crude. Okay, I think I took that story. And unending controversy over Kwara underpass. Those stories? Okay.
That was my story. It took
Yeah.
It's okay. Taking
Okay.
Dangote.
Out of time.
Yes, so you're very right. That Dangote, we need to sack their media team. All right, that's all we can take on front page review. When we come back, move to our next segment. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Just gave us. Thanks for staying with us. So, a video of a Nigerian girl, a video of a female artist being harassed by her audience went viral. The lady was performing in a very performance-looking way, short yellow dress, and we saw how men around her were touching her and indiscriminately having their way with her physically. And it brings again to the fore the conversation concerning the objectification of women, the fact that when you see a woman, you feel it's a woman who is an artist, it's an opportunity for you to take advantage. And it reminds us of that conversation, how we need to show respect for women on one hand, and also how do we preach to women on how they carry themselves, but still be able to be who they are without being judged. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. So the woman is an artist. She feels that I'm an artist. I can dress this way. I can perform. And part of my job is to be of service to my audience, to my fans. And if part of being of service to them is making my body available for them to touch and, have fun, having party, it's part of the job. That is on one side. Others will say it's just a simple objectification of women. That's how guys are. When they see women, automatically they can touch. And by the way, she's an artist. What's the big deal? It's part of the job. What are your thoughts on this? You can call us on the numbers on your screen, 081-076-41679, 0902-416-3440. You can tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read the tweet. Sometimes when we talk about these things, it's more about helping to change the mindset of our people, because we are so used to doing things in a certain way and we don't see it as wrong. So let BC start. What are your thoughts on this video?
Singing on stage and being molested is a different ball game. It's not part of my job description to be touched anyhow because I decided to sing. That is wrong on all shades of it, if we look at it. And the painful part is, there were other people there watching this happen. Nobody could stand up for her.
But if you dress in a seductive way...
There's nothing seductive about it. What? That thing is not... Morayo, there is nothing seductive about what that girl is wearing.
Well, what if it was seductive?
Leave seduction. Even if her job is to be an olosho, till you are invited, you must not touch. We have strippers in strippers club. Do you touch them? Those ones wear thongs. They barely wear anything. But their job is to dance on the pole, and you are not allowed to touch. That's the respect you give to them. Even when you are dropping money, you must not touch their skin. That's how it's done. Every job has its do's and don'ts. The fact that we allowed this to happen, and nobody, no security, came there to help her, send them away because she has not blown. If it was a blown singer now, the security details will not allow that kind of thing happen. They will kick you off the stage. But because she was not blown, and you know how we see artists who are still hustling and trying to make it, is that they can take anything. We can do anything with them and nobody will stand up for them. They are like, you know, the bottom of the barrel. Anything can happen and nobody. And that is exactly what happened. And my pain, even the blogger that posted this thing did not even play her music.
As in, double whammy.
As
they crushed the person that is down.
Silenced the music, but showed the shame. If he had played the music out of sympathy, a lot of people will even go and stream and still even help her come to a little bit of limelight. But they silenced it. The shame was more interesting for people to talk about. We not try. As Nigerians, we not try.
So I feel funny because yesterday I was fighting on behalf of Okerika women, and today I'm fighting for a girl but we need to fight. We cannot say, women that have a platform must always speak up for what is wrong against other women. Your silence is consent. If you are a woman and you see something bad, your silence is consent. So I call out every woman that commented that she's enjoying it. Because in my mouth, what I want to say, I never, ever even think about it. I was so vexed that women were tweeting that and mentioning and commenting that she enjoyed it. Because we don't know better. We've not been in the same situation. As a model, I was harassed. And even though I felt I'm a very confident person, rather than stay, I left that industry because of harassment. I did not venture, BC and I met as models. I did not continue in that industry because I just could not stand it. Because I couldn't stand it. Every woman that has to be in the entertainment industry has to always fight for her morality. And in some cases, they'll just let it go because that's the only way to get where they want to go to. So we are speaking on this because it is wrong, and the organizers of that show should be punished. The boys that were there, the video shows their face, they should be called out and punished as well. That is harassment, even if she does not file a complaint. Please, my dear association of activists should file a complaint on her behalf and fight and call out and punish the organizers of that event for allowing that thing to continue like that. Punish the guys that were molesting her, touching her. She didn't dress bad. I've seen worse dressings. And this thing happens not just in Nigeria. I saw a video of Cardi B, and she was being harassed on stage, and she threw her mic and hit the person. And they were like, that's Cardi B for you. She will give it to you back. Not everybody will resort to violence. I did a run away from this industry. We need to start defending women that have been harassed in this industry more than what we're doing so far. This is bad.
Yesterday, I don't know if you were here yesterday, we took this story where we thought the young girls were about culture, and the young girls were bare-chested. In the culture, this Okrika culture in River State. And one of the questions that one of the ladies asked was that, did she complain? Right? And this is our culture. Did they complain to you that is a problem? Now, if I bring that question here, is the girl complaining to you that I don't like to be told? I'm in my industry, it comes to the territory, am I complaining? Why are we now having headache for somebody who doesn't look like she's complaining?
Oh, God. Okay, so there are two things. I don't think that was part of the act, because yes, there are videos of musicians and performers where we watch the video and they're being touched by their male dancers. It's part of the act. But what that looked like was people taking advantage of a girl, of a vulnerable girl, simple and short. She did not have any security details. There was no one there to stand up for her and protect her. And you know what even made me sad is that she did not think that she could stop. That she could say, you know, I'm done. I'm not taking this. Probably too afraid of what it may mean for her career. And thinks, let me just get to, you know, let me just do this. And when I'm done, hopefully I'll move up. That is how sad this situation is. That's how I want us to look at this. That women would go through some situations and they'll keep silent. Because if they dare not talk, they will be shamed further. Why did you wear that dress? Why are you even a musician? Why are you dancing with your legs apart? We've always had entertainers from ever before. Our ancestors, we've always had entertainers that come to the palace and entertain the Obas and everything. The Oba will not stand up and start touching her in front of her, or the people do not stand and start touching them. We have Arabian belly dancers that dance with barely anything covering their chest and their people respect that. Yeah. What we're seeing, though, so this is not just a Nigerian problem. What we're seeing more and more people just getting away with bad behavior. This is not the first time I've heard of people trying to grab onto artists like this. But when it happens abroad, they will take you out. Have you seen those big bouncers? The way they will manhandle. There was one particular incident. The way they manhandled him, his hand, your couch into the back like this, because the bouncer got into his face. You know, so we need to protect our artists generally, men and women. Yes. So this is also not the same as those that throw their underwears to those who like it. So you see those who like it, they'll grab it, they'll smell it, they'll put it in their pocket, they'll talk about it. Yeah. There are some people that do
put the small part.
I do it. Small part. But they do so. But there are some people that, you know, do not like it. Recently, I watched a video of a Hollywood star. He's quite well known as a villain in many of the movies. And he said that when he started off, he had gotten quite known. He's known. And one of the things he said was that he would not act sex scenes. He would not kiss a woman. He would not have intimacy with a woman. And he was blackballed for that. He said he lost everything because he would not do that. He said the difference for him is that, yes, he always acts the villain, and he pretends to shoot people, kill people. They don't die. But with kissing and all those intimacy, I am doing it. I'm not pretending to kiss, so I will not do it. And he was blackballed. But he is able to choose and move away, you know, protect himself. That girl did not know that she could do that.
Yes,
that girl did not
understand.
Or she knew, she was just too afraid. We need to stand up for our girls. We need to speak up for them. If we can find her music and if we can find...
Can you imagine what the blogger even
who she is? That's just to show that we solidarity for her. That's what that girl needs.
Let me go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll take a few phone calls and comments. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
We're still discussing this video. We couldn't show it because of obviously it's really discomforting to show that kind of video on national television. But I think the conversation of objectivity, of objectifying a woman, is not just as an artist, but also with actresses, models, various professions. I know somebody who, her auntie was telling me, I've never met her, but her aunt was telling me that her niece was being asked to sleep with the producer to get a role, you know, and she was shocked when she now saw her niece in the movie, in the film, because her niece now sent it. So she had complained initially. She tried to advise her not to, and then she doesn't know who else advised her, and then suddenly she started sending it to family members that, oh, I'm in the movie, and she couldn't ask.
How?
Did you not? How did it happen? You know, but she just felt that, you know, I guess the kind of person she was, she just didn't feel like she's intrude because she's an adult. You can ask a child, but for an adult, she has made her decision. So in some industries, it comes with the territory. So my question is, how do we reform the industry, or do we accept it as it is, that you are going to be an artist? It comes with the territory. You will go on stage, men will grope you, they will try to touch you. When you blow, you cannot get a bouncer. But until then, because the truth is that those artists that have bouncers, they probably had experienced such when they were climbing. So now they have bouncers. So it's like a rite of passage. Like, okay, this is how it would happen to you. You just have to accept the territory. I mean, is that something that you can consider?
So the first thing is to teach our people to have enough self-respect and self-esteem that if situations like this happen, you can walk away. But before expatiating on this walking away, we need to also understand how the human mind works. Sometimes when things that are shocking happen to you, you have 3 or 4 responses.
Freeze.
Flight, fight, or freeze. For people like me, you don't collect. I'm always in my fight mode most of the time, right? For other people, they are frozen. Like, they don't know, should I go ahead? Should I continue? If I pause to, what do I do? They are thinking of so many scenarios. They can't even comprehend it. For others, they run away. They can drop the mic and just disappear. So when we judge people on their reaction first, instead of looking at what caused that reaction, we have missed it.
Thank you.
Because that reaction can come either way, depending on where the person's mind is, or her personality, or who she is.
So those who are arguing that she liked it, she was enjoying it.
She may not have been enjoying it, but she could have been frozen. Or she had so much fear that anything can happen. This may be the end of this career if I do it this way. She could have just been frozen. Not everybody can fight. Not everybody can walk away. And that's why we must help our young people to build enough self-respect and self-love so that you get into that industry. One of the reasons I did my very first love, and I know most people don't know this because that's like the last thing I now started doing, was acting. I got admission to study, my name came out in 2 departments, theater arts and political science after I wrote JAM, because I was already doing pre-degree in French. And my father said, lie, you cannot take theater arts because all of them there are prostitutes. I don't want you to be dancing naked and people are touching you and all of that. He was a bit of an arts person, so he understood how that worked. But I told myself, okay, even if I study political science, Genevieve is acting. She didn't read theater. I can always come back to this. And that was my consolation. And then I started my study and met a boyfriend who said, I can never marry an actor. Lie. All of them are this way and that way. I don't like their lifestyle. And I said, okay. And that was how I abandoned this dream that I'm now beginning to find because of the perception of people. And I had friends that went ahead into the industry and they would come back and gist how things were happening, how directors would tell you they want to bed you to be able to give you roles. I had a few of them who would walk away and say, I am not doing, and make their own money and come back and produce their own. I had a few of them. But it took them knowing who they were and knowing that they will not be able to fall for this. And so when I wanted to go back into entertainment, I was coming from a place of power. If I come on your set and you look at me anyhow and tell me you want something, I'll tell you work and then I walk away because I had the power and I had the means. But not everybody will wait till they get to that point. So we must raise our people, and also the management must protect your artist. It is a shame that I organize a show and this is happening to somebody that had paid to come and perform, or that begged me that wanted to perform. This is happening and I do not do anything about it. And I proudly say I am so media entertainment company. It's a shame. We should begin to shame those companies so that we can change the narrative. A lot of talented people are not getting into the industry because of this wrong perspective. How some bad people have turned it around, that once you say you're an actor or you're a singer, you are seen automatically as a prostitute. Please, let's change it.
The crux of the Me Too movement in America, what was it? It was, I mean, we saw big name artists, big name actresses.
Called out. Big
name actresses telling us about issues like this, where producers and directors are saying, we'll not give you a role if you don't bed me. You know, it's sometimes, it's not even about power, you know, it's not about means. It's just really about power. You may have all the money, but you're not the director. You're not the company, the owner of the movie company. So you would always find someone ahead of you. And many of them, you know, some of them will tell you how they refused and somehow they still got in through. But then there's some that didn't say much and people suspected that maybe they had to do those things to be where they are today. But I wanted to go back to, you know, reactions to when things happen. And I like that you mentioned the freeze, flight, and fight. And I won't say this because this happened to me. And sometimes we judge people for how they react, and different reactions have different potential for how the things will eventually turn out. In university, one night I was going to study. My university, Aigbe Zaria, at that time was relatively safe. You can wake up at 2 a.m. and walk from your hostel to the lecture hall or any of the, you know, lecture halls, and it will be safe. Back and forth, you may be just 1 or 2 people in that whole place. It was relatively safe. You have security working here and there. This particular day, from nowhere, someone grabs me from behind, and I turn and I see this boy. And he smelled like there was something on his alcohol on his breath, you know. And he grabbed me and was talking to me as if he knew me. He had his hand all over me. It was freeze, physically frozen, but my mind was working. I looked around. If I screamed, nobody will hear. So what I did, I now sort of engaged him, did like we were in this together, walked, I now pushed, sort of directed him towards a lecture hall that had light. As we got up the stairs, someone I know just saw me. I was like, hi, Miriam. The moment that person called my name, the way he flew out, that was when I just burst into tears. I was like, look at what happened to me, you know. But if I had fought at that time, what would have happened?
Would have grabbed
you know,
you to a darker place.
So sometimes, like in that situation, she may have also looked at it.
Test it.
If I fight here and these boys beat me, nobody even looked to help me stop me now. And then they beat me. Let me just do like this until I can leave here safely. So do not judge the reaction. Judge what comes.
Action. I think we can end the show with that. Let me come to you, talk whether we wrap up on this.
So, you know, when we're talking about, a lot of comments on social media were coming to say that the acting, the modeling, and entertainment industry has a lot of abuse. Deal with it. And that's because we've accepted it that this is our norm. And I'm happy that Mariam brought up the Me Too movement, because the Me Too movement was predicated on media, like the media industry brought it out. And we heard names of people that claimed that they were being abused or abused got them their job. And we are going to say this because there are young upcoming artists that have their future ahead of them, and they should not have to bow to abuse. They shouldn't have to be, they shouldn't have to see this as their only option. I had the option of walking away while I wanted to act. I really, really wanted to act. I thought that was my line. I'm going to be in the entertainment place, and it did not work out. Why? Because I was confronted with having to sacrifice my values. So I walked away. But I had options. There are people that did not have another option. I had a family that did not really want me in the entertainment, and they would be so happy. They were so happy that I said, I'm not doing again. I had parents that I had a home. Some people have left the village to come to Lagos for this movie industry thing. I was talking to someone in my church, and she was saying that she walked from Yaba to Ikeja after an audition. She mentioned another actor that they worked together from Yaba to Ikeja from audition. That kind of person. And other people, if you find yourself in a situation where you don't have anywhere to stay, I came to Lagos for this audition. This audition must work, and they say, sleep with me this night for the audition to work. They would go ahead, because that's their only option that they feel they have at that moment. We need to give women more options, and we need to take away the power that some people feel they have. In this case, these boys don't even have any power. These boys were just badly behaved boys that were being encouraged to display their bad behavior. These boys didn't have any power, and they were grabbing, touching, looking. No. Punishments, it's not just about shaming and naming and shaming. This goes beyond naming and shaming. For me, punishment needs to be met, and it needs to be done publicly. The artist must be brought out. She shouldn't feel shame. Can we not shame the victim? Because for me, in this case, this young lady is a victim of harassment. She shouldn't be shamed. If she receives support, she can step out and call out those people that took her to do that show, that did not give her enough protection. So we provide support for her, provide her platform to get justice for herself, and that would act as a punitive measure, preventing others from thinking they can do this.
Okay, as we take a few comments and wrap up on this, you know, we also need more male role models. See, we need men to start these conversations, because this has become so normal, it has become the norm for many years, where we see a lady, a performer, you know, we just take advantage of young women, especially those who are vulnerable. And we need more men talking around this, re-educating, reorientating boys, men, responsible men. Because there was a video somebody who sent to me, a veteran, I think somebody sent a video to me, 2 young boys were maybe engaging a veteran. The veteran called into their IG live. And instead of them to acknowledge, so they started yabbing him. Yeah, you never die. You're still alive. You know, I can't remember if it was the veteran's IG live they called into or something. I can't remember what it was. But this is somebody that is highly respected. And they're asking people, you know, guy, you never die. You're still there. I think so you don't buy. And I'm thinking,
and they laugh
these are young people. And they laugh, and people will be commenting. You know, so we need more men coming out to talk. A lot of these boys need direction. Yes, we've lost it in the foundation. But can we rebuild? Can we talk more to young people about bad behavior? How do we begin to change society? This is a whole gamut of conversations, but unfortunately, we have to wrap up. Let's take a few comments, then we're done with this. Any comments?
So, Truth is Truth said, okay, he's talking about someone personal. Mina says, you to tell us the name of the artist. They think Mariah knows the name of the artist and we're coding the name. We don't know the name of the artist. Fiona says, Montrashman said, it happens everywhere in the world. Men like to take advantage of women at the slightest opportunity. Mina said, thankfully, Nollywood has loads of female producers, directors, and executive producers now. I expect that this will reduce the trend of sex for role. Damilola says, I am not in support of what the guys are doing to the lady on stage, by the way, but this happens on a usual day to male folks as well, and men, especially ladies, never see it this way. And we mentioned it that some male artists also get touched and they are uncomfortable, you know, and we say it's wrong for people to grope a male artist as well.
That's all we can take on this, but we really hope this conversation will start many other conversations on how we can help us behave better. Let's go on a break. When we come back to our next segment, stay with us. We'll be right
back. Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us, joining the show right now. He's an award-winning, beautiful, lovingly, happy actress, director, fashionista, businesswoman, best known for her Yoruba indigenous movies. She kicked off her acting career by starring in some soap operas, including popular TV dramas like Papa Ajasko, before joining Nollywood industry in 2006. In the course of her career, she has won several international and local awards. Welcome with us as we welcome none other than Mercy Aigbe Adeoti in the building. You know how many years it took you to come to this show? 10 years.
I'm always running, no.
Finally.
We're happy to have you.
But I'm glad to be here. I'm a huge fan of this show.
Thank you.
I watch it all the time, and you ladies are doing amazing. I'm so proud of you.
We're so happy for you.
Even though at times, some of you, by Oromi, we'll talk about that one later. But you guys are just doing an amazing.
So happy to have you. Right, so before you came on the show, we're discussing a young girl who was being groped. She was actually performing, and all these men were just touching her and taking advantage. And then we have 2 ladies who have been in modeling in this country and said they know the experience of young people and how they are usually taken advantage of by the producers, the directors, what they call them, the entertainers, the label owners. You know, they always take advantage of these people, management, promoters, and all that. And we feel that it is time for us to begin to educate young people. Young people are not empowered enough, especially when they're trying to blow. They're still hustling. In your own experience, because you've been through various stages, now nobody can grope you because you're producing your own movies.
Yes.
But when you were there, how was it? Could you share a few experiences in the beginning, and how do you think we can begin to change?
I am of the opinion that whatever you don't want to do, nobody can actually force you to do it. And I would just like to briefly share my own experience when I got into Nollywood. So, you know, we used to gather our winnies then, so Larry, and I met this producer, and I was like, oh, sir, I'm talented. I want to go into acting, blah, blah, blah. And that's why I'm here. And then he said, oh, he has an upcoming film. And then I should come to his office for audition, actually. And then, you know, I went for audition. I went first level. Second one, I went. Third one, I went. And then the last one that I went. And I actually thought I did well. Yeah. Because I gave it my all. I'll go home, rehearse, look at the mirror, read my lines and all those things just to convince them that I've had that talent. And then so that last was just coming to his office one day, and then he said, he just gave me one part, one very tiny part, maybe just one line, while I was auditioning for like the sub-lead. Yeah. The sub-lead of the movie. And he just said, oh, Mercy, take. And I'm like, sir, but this is not the character that I've been auditioning for. I've been coming here days now, like 4 days now. And then why am I getting this part? And I said, actually, and the director said that, you know, he doesn't know you. And I'm like, was that not the
reason you've been coming for audition?
Essence of the audition. So he just said that he doesn't know you, and that's why I said that you should be close to me. Apparently, he had been making passes at me before then, but it didn't come out straight until that day. And then he stood up, and you know, was trying to touch.
Did you freeze, or did you fight, or did you run away?
Take flight?
I was just very upset, and I'm like, sir, calm down.
See the look on your face.
No, but seriously, just thinking back, I was livid. I was like, you can't do this to me. I earned this role. Yeah. I know that I earned it. So why are you not coming to come and give me this kind of this thing? Yeah. Okay, I am not doing this. In fact, you know what? I don't want to be part of this production anymore.
Even as a young...
Yes. I was just so upset because you were throwing it at my face. Yeah. And that was a huge insult on my person. And then I just carried the thing. I tore it.
It's a lie.
Yes.
You're a fighter.
And I took it and I said, you know what? I'm not, if this is what it takes for me to be an actor, I don't think I want to even be an actress anymore.
Wow.
So on my way home, I cried. I started crying because I had left a good paying job to join on.
Oh, my Lord. Yeah.
And then I was already a single mom. So I cried and all those things. But guess what? Fast forward to today. Nobody, that producer, nobody knows him anymore.
Yeah. Imagine that.
Look at that.
That's
disappears.
It's powerful.
Yes, nobody knows him anymore. Yeah. I have been humiliated. I cannot forget one particular day that I went for a camera audition, and then the men, I don't want to mention their names. Yes. And they sat down there and they were like, because one of them actually toasted me before then, and I was on his show, I was on his series, and then you know when I was on set, he would be sending me a message. You are so sexy today. I love what you're wearing. No, but seriously, that was my experience, and I'm happy that I'm sharing it because I went through it and I didn't give in. So I'm just sharing this to encourage someone out there that you don't have to give in.
Okay.
Just stay focused, yes. And then he sent, and then you know what happened? The next time on the series, I just saw that they had yanked off my role and said that my character has died in an accident. It wasn't funny. And then when I called him, he was like, hey, Shebi, you are doing... Shebi, you are... See. And then I said, anyway, my friend is auditioning for another actress. If you want to come. Me, I carried myself, I went.
Thinking that...
Yes, I auditioned. They now called me to their midst. Oh, my God. That was one of the most...
embarrassing, humiliating...
day of my life. They were like, do you think you're fine? You that your legs are like this. You that you're this thing. You're not even camera friendly like that. You're not for camera, whatever, cameragenic, or if there is a word for that. Meaning that I'm not even fine on camera. That I'm not even appealing to the eyes on camera. That this, and this.
Emotionally trying to subdue you.
Yes.
Subdue you mentally.
Mercy, I'm happy that you're talking about this.
And then guess what happened that day? After that day, I dusted my CV and started looking for a job and said, oh, come, I'm done with this acting thing. If this is what happens here, I don't want to be part of it.
Fighter.
Yes. So it took me a while to now say, okay, let me try again.
All right, let me come to my
Okay, so many times when we talk to actors, they will tell you, well, I hear about it, but it has never happened to me. Almost like it's a secret.
It did happen to me.
Yes, I know. But is it something that is
prevalent?
I know it's prevalent, but is it something that you can notice? Like if you're in a setting with another actress that is going through, is this something that you can notice, that someone else noticed?
No.
Or they isolate you in such a way that other people don't know what is happening to you? Because I wonder why we don't stand in sometimes for people who are going through this and
Because
protect each
people
other.
don't talk, and then when you don't share, how would people know? Like this story that I'm telling you guys, I didn't tell anybody. I didn't share with anybody. I just made up my mind that, okay, I'm not going to be part of this. I don't want to do this. And I felt so insulted. So, in fact, they nearly killed my self-esteem.
Yes.
But because you're a fighter, you could resist it. But those who are freezing, we may never have...
People also
it.
will not know, like the question you asked, because sometimes the actors now involved will now take it as it's part of the sacrifice.
Well, I was going to say it. They even said they will call...
It's part of the
rites of passage.
Yes, my dues.
You see, they will mention names. They will tell you that this one safe, she did it.
Yes,
And this one safe,
They'll be
she did it.
You know, the last
The
story
person that just left, this one too did it. So you feel like, my reaction is weird. So we were also quoted like that.
Yes, the last story that I shared, where these men, they kept mentioning big names and said, oh, this person, are you even as fine as this person? And this person, I dated this person. And then there's that person, there's a particular person that our role is in her waist, like meaning that once she gives you waist, she gets rolls. That she steps away through to the top. Yes, and they were saying a lot of things. So they would make you believe that that is the norm.
Do you feel that people see you, you're pretty, you're attractive, they can't believe, auntie, you did somebody. There's no way. No matter how is it not messy, see how fine she is, there's no way you... Because we judge people like you, that there's no way she did it through merit. It's impossible. This fine girl like this, there's no way. Somebody did something.
See, let me tell you something about myself. Like you noticed, I'm a fighter. And I don't like you bringing crap to my face. I don't like it. So because I had that experience from my initial stage into Nollywood, I just had this resolve that anybody, even if I like you, I will not date you. Because it can so happen that you get someone that you fancy. Because of course it's an industry that has the male and the female, and there's somebody. But just because of what happened, I just now categorized all the men in the industry as
the same.
The same. So I just had that resolve that nobody. So I did not do it. I didn't have to do it. And I made my way to the top through hard work, consistency. I had a lot of challenges, but I just kept going because I was more focused on my goal.
So it's weird because it seems like the scripts, BC is quoting the script that may have heard, you are quoting the same script that I've heard. So it means that that script must have worked on a few people. And those things work because people are silent. So the more we speak up about this and we share the script we hear, it helps some other young artists know that, oh, so this thing they're telling me, they said it to other people too. And some people made it without falling for that script. I would also make it without falling for that script.
Absolutely.
Can you now share with us how you got your first big role? How did God make it happen?
What were the circumstances?
Yes.
Okay, so my first big role would be in Wemo Olupo's movie titled Ara. Wemo Olupol is a big producer in Ibadan, based in Ibadan. But before then, I tried English, Nollywood. Like, I don't like to differentiate. I believe that we're one Nollywood. But I tried speaking English-speaking side, and then I wasn't getting it. And then a friend of mine said, Mercy, you speak Yoruba very well, even though you are not a Yoruba girl, and you're beautiful and all that. So why don't you try Yoruba and all that? So she introduced me to someone introduced me to someone, and one day, Uncle Wemi called me and said, oh, Miss Aigbe, blah, 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 I have a script for you. I almost fainted. I almost fainted.
It was like your big break.
Yes, it was, actually. And then he sent the script to me, and I was like, am I dreaming?
Consistency.
Yes. And so that's how I landed that role in that film titled Ara. And that film actually shot me to limelight. To God be the glory.
Fantastic.
So I want to give God the glory also that I didn't have to tarry too much for me to. Because at times it's not easy. Some people might just, you have that result from the beginning, but when you're when you don't get what you want early, you might fall by, yes. You understand? So, but all I'm saying is that you don't have to do it.
Okay.
And then now, the good thing is that we have social media.
Yes.
I tell the youngsters, you can build your brand on social media. Producers will be chasing after you. Instead of instead of you using your social media to troll people, to go and be abusing people, use it as your CV.
Exactly. Let me go on a very short break. When we come back, we continue. There's so much to talk about. She has a movie out and she's in love. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We still have with us Messi, Aigbe, Adeoti with us. So before the break, we know you have a movie, and we're going to talk about the movie in a minute, but we can't talk about your movie without mentioning the fact that you're in love. You seem very happy. Even sitting on your two, you're just vibrating. You know, when you see a woman who is in love, the way they talk is different from a woman who is just hustling. You can see everything all over you. Tell us about your love life. A bit about how did you meet your husband? The drama that happened.
If you would like to.
I'm blushing. I don't want to allow. The thing, of course, I love my husband. I love my husband so very much. I don't think any woman would have gone through what I went through if it wasn't love. Really, because I didn't have to. I mean, I'm comfortable, to God be the glory. I have kids. So it's love. It's love that did that for me. So it's because of love I did what I did, and I remarried. I'm such a lover girl. I'm very emotional.
I can tell. Hey, baby doll.
Hey, I'm such a lover girl. I love love. I mean, I love love.
Yeah, then you also had to change your religion from Christianity to Islam.
You made it sound as if, it's just like, yes, no. I didn't have to. I just decided on my own.
And see, it was because of your husband. I'm from the love now. It was because you love him so much.
Wait, there are different ways of preaching the gospel. The love carried you
to go and be Alaja.
How did your family members take it?
Okay, so I'm a 45-year-old woman now. Come on, I'm responsible for my actions and my decisions. And
so what led you to that decision?
I can't believe you're from
Thank you. So the thing is, when it comes to religion, I am a very liberal person when it comes to religion. And then, yes, I love my husband very much. And my husband is very religious also, he prays, and all those things. And he's someone that I admire a lot. So I just felt that, already after COVID, I was almost struggling with, yes, and all that. And, I just decided to, just follow my husband. And the thing actually made our bond tighter and sweeter, and it's exciting for me because I'm learning the religion, I'm learning how to pray and everything. So it's new and it's exciting. And at the end of the day,
I have plenty of questions for you.
We are serving one God.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
Let me just take you back a bit. One of the first time I had heard about you was from your first marriage and how it ended. And now you're in a good place. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
There's so many women who find themselves where you were many years ago, and they're thinking, would this ever turn around for me? What are the steps that you took to finally find yourself in, in such a healthy relationship that you're in right now?
How do I answer this question? So the thing for me is that when my past marriage ended, I just made up my mind that I wasn't going to try anymore because it was one of the lowest periods of my life. I don't even want to talk about it because when I think about it, you have no idea how traumatizing the whole situation and the experience was for me. So I had made up my mind I was just going to focus on my kids and my career and my business and blah, 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 and all those things. And then Love Kim Calling.
So you were not looking for it?
I wasn't, actually. And then Love Kim Calling, I'm like, okay, this person is my friend. You know, I love what we share as friends. And then one thing, and it's like, oh, Messi, are you not thinking of remarrying? I'm like, marriage, I don't think I want to remarry. But at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, I could feel it in my guts that this was the right person for me to be with, because the energy, the chemistry, everything was just so sweet. And that's why I decided to just do it.
Okay.
Can I? Yeah. So I'm going to take you from within that love space into your movie, because you have a very supportive partner. Like, you are married.
Best husband 2020. Babe, if you're watching, take it. Best husband.
So, you guys have apparently worked together?
Yes, we do.
Yes. So how has it been as working together and strengthened your relationship, or it has made you think about it a bit? Because I see he did content for you for this.
Telling you,
He did content, so he's acting because of you.
Yeah.
It was not at that
Tell us
time.
about
He was
that.
to tell us
It's
about
not
that
a
part.
skit maker. You know, when I see comments, people are like, somebody's that hard. I'm like, look, this man, you guys don't know this man. He's a very supportive person. Not just because I'm his wife. He's supportive too. He's actually everybody's favorite uncle.
Wow.
Everybody's favorite friend.
Wow.
Everybody's favorite brother. Because he's always there for you know, everyone around him. So he's very supportive. And then working together has actually strengthened our bond. We had worked, prior to this time, we had worked together because he was my marketer. He's still my marketer, actually sells my movies and all that. But this one is like, we're working closely.
Teammates.
Yes, they were teammates, and it has really made us very, very close. Because there are some things I didn't know about him in terms of work that you come to know now, and there are some things that I didn't. So we look for a way to maneuver and then land on a common ground when it has to work.
Let me call for your movie now so those can watch the clip.
The trailer.
Okay.
No! I gotta see that.
You see it.
What?
Do you?
I don't even know where to start.
Yeah.
This is jumping,
Yeah,
please.
just tell us a bit, just a sneak peek into the movie. I understand it's about two cultures merging. How did you decide to do a story like
It's a cross-cultural film, the Igbo and the Yoruba culture. And it's just me celebrating these two cultures. And we're different in some ways, but we can always find a common ground and be in
Looks like you spent a lot of money on that
I
movie.
did.
Tell us, I
That's why I thought my husband was
Adekaz. So is he the back, he's the bankola?
Yes, so he's the executive producer of the film. And, you know, also a producer. He was on set from day one to the last day.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
I love seeing all the old actors.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I've forgotten the Igbo, the guy.
Which one? Charles Okafor.
Yes, I was happy to see Charles Okafor.
haven't seen him in a bit.
Yes, when we were interviewing you, you mentioned the fact that you don't like them saying Yoruba Nollywood, that we're all together. And I think you've used your movie to actually
even say that.
buttress that much more. And I want to talk about how was it produced, producing a movie that they're speaking different languages, or directing a movie that's speaking different languages? Because you have to understand what they're saying. Do you understand Igbo? And I know you understand Yoruba. How was it?
I had two directors on this job, actually. I didn't direct it. So the other director understands Igbo and the other one understands Yoruba. So that way we're able to, you know, achieve that. And then, you know, it's a merge of old Nollywood, new Nollywood. Even the Gen Z had a representation in the film in the person of Tomi Ojo. She's an amazing actress and she's doing very well. So we had Charles Okafor, who this film is like a major comeback for him. He has been off the scene for a while, so it's like a major comeback for him. And we had the legendary Chiweta Lagu in the film.
Did he serenade us with the language?
That's what I wanted to say. Who spiced it up with, you know, a bit of comedy and the sweet Igbo language.
When is it coming out? Okay,
it's going to be in the cinemas from December 15. which is next week, Friday, which is 7 days to today.
That's the same day as Funke Akindele's movie?
Yes, it's the same day, and I know a lot of people, conversation has been ongoing. People are like, oh, why did they choose? The thing is, I actually announced my date first.
Yeah.
I announced my date. I chose this first. I announced it first. But it's all good. I just feel that, you know, it's a good thing that women are we are doing this.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So, and I feel that we can all win together.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to be so that we're all going to be good. We win together because these are great movies, and you know, these are what people want to see. So, and I'm sure they'll come out and see.
Tell me how you feel about this particular movie. How
Which
you
one?
feel this movie?
Your new movie.
I'm talking about your journey from where you started, from when they were putting you in the middle of men, and here you are today. Look at what you have created. Tell me how you feel about that.
I feel so very emotional about this film because the last time I shot cinema project was probably 15 years ago. So this is like my first major film because the dynamics has changed. It is not the same.
Hey.
So I feel very emotional. It's a dream come true for me actually.
Wow.
Because beginning of this year, I told God, I said, God, I have a story that I want for the big screen alone. And then I want to shoot this big screen properly, the way it should be done. I want to see to tick the boxes of a great film.
Yes. That was the agenda.
And you know, so when I put everything together, the budget was huge. And I'm like, God, where will I see this money?
Because I'm fencing on your behalf.
I'm like, God, where will I see this money? But seeing oh God, I'm going to start. I don't want to get emotional, but
It's okay.
No, it's okay.
let me just give this special shout out to Jade Oshibero. I don't want to cry.
It's okay to cry.
I mean,
She
it's
supported
just,
you.
She did. You know, it's just been, it's a dream come true for me. And this movie, I am super proud of it. I know that when people see it, they are going to love it. The story is a beautiful, relatable story. Well shot, the actors delivered. It's a story that is going to start conversation. It's a conversational story. Yes. A lot of people are going to have opinions regarding the story. But at the end of the day, I shall know that Adam Madadi is a winner. They are going to love it.
We love it already. On Friday, everybody has to
It's
go
a
watch it.
family film. Everybody can see.
So my kids I can take my kids
Your children
along.
can come. They can come. It's a film that you'll be entertained and you'll also be educated. So while you're watching, you're laughing, you're enjoying it, you're getting some sort of education because it passes a lot of...
Mercy, I have to ask you a question. Okay, let's hear about the movie.
Of course,
go ahead,
about
go
the movie. So I am excited for you.
Thank you.
I can feel the energy, right?
you.
And I wish you all the best. But I'm calculating in my head and I'm looking at business sense. You may have shared fans with. There's another movie that's coming out on the same. Did you consider, you know, that not shifting. Did you consider the fact that some fans that you share would have a tough decision picking where do we go?
They can go the next day.
You go next day.
They go the next hour.
Which one the same day, sir?
Exactly.
So, but the premiere is happening in the same day, right?
No.
Tuesday.
Okay, so the thing is, first off, I chose the date first. I announced it first, so there was no way to move it. Second off, it was not necessary to move it because a good content would sell itself. You can't say because you're someone's fan and then you see something that is also very good.
Yes.
You now want to
All of us can win, as you said. All of us can win.
all of us are winning. So it's
You
not
go Friday, on Saturday, you
We
can
are
work.
just proud of both of you.
It's not just two. There are three female
So we're
producers.
actually proud of all three of you. And I think that we
Women
all should
are
go
really
out.
ruling this.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, let's go and watch all movies.
These movies are going to be in cinema for weeks.
Yes.
So you can see
So
this
the money
on-
will
this
still be
on-
rolling in.
this on-
You see what
And
the question?
I am confident because I have a very good content. I have an amazing film. I have a great film. I have something that you watch and you want to even go and watch again and take, you know, your
Let me
family
ask.
to
Let
see.
me ask you this question, because when I see you on social media, I see a woman who is flamboyant, who likes fashion. You know, she likes a lot of pictures. She loves a lot of attention, and Of course, very controversial. And then I meet you today, and I'm like, you're very intelligent.
Very
you are intimidating. Like you are bright.
Yeah.
I can see joy, like instant. And I'm like, this is a goddess. This is like a. This is just a different. Yeah, like you're different.
Different from.
I mean,
what they say.
You want to help me with the question? You're feeling what I'm saying.
I'm feeling what you're saying because I'm saying, you know, when they say don't believe what you see on social media, sometimes it's for the bad, but this time it's for the good. I'm looking and discussing your aura.
Yes.
It's so positive.
Yes.
I don't get it. Like,
and
so
we get to interview a lot of people, so we know the difference.
Trust
we know
me.
those that come here and
you have this aura of joy, peace, happiness, and it sells. It's from within. So your husband is making you happy. Your family, your work, your career, the people around you, and we see that. And I think this is an indication to any woman out there who has probably been through your shoes, been in a bad marriage, been in a bad relationship. You can still come out and love. You can still find love, and even in your career.
Absolutely.
But I have to ask you this controversial question. As we are loving and enjoying, you are somebody's second wife. A polygamist. I mean, they corrected us. Polygynist. Yes. Right? And your husband obviously has a first wife who the whole drama happened and everything. Are you considerate of balancing the relationship where you don't take all the love? Where I've grabbed this one. You know how say second wives. I have grabbed you that see first wife last time left back there. I have it. It's not going anywhere. I've collected it. Is that where you are? Or you're one of those I am willing to
so
share?
much love to go around.
Like Mariah.
There's so much love. How can I take all the love? No, I can't take all the love. No.
So we are sharing.
The thing is, I can't take. I also say that I cannot take all the love. Actually,
How is everything?
He has the capacity
How?
you have a good relationship.
Do you want to?
give multiple people.
Did you try mending relationship with her, or you just feel like I'll stay on my own?
Because
she came out to speak about you.
you know, this maybe the next time I come here for an interview, I can delve into that.
Okay. Let's
because
focus on
my main focus today is actually on Adao, and I don't want to delve into too much into my personal life.
I think that's a good answer. That's a good answer.
So,
Thank you very much.
I see the way you play the love on, concerning your work, and he's doing the skits with you, supporting you. And I'm asking, how are you guys able to get your hands off each other while you're working professionally? Because me, I can't work with my husband. It's not possible. Yeah, so, but how
You're always having breaks for other rooms.
for things that...
While everybody's shouting, like,
You know when
you have the eye.
describing, you say chemistry.
Chemistry, let's go.
How are you able to be professional when you need to be professional? Because I can't.
The thing with me is when I'm working, Everybody knows.
Okay.
I'm a very focused human being. Like when it comes to some things, I'm a one-way traffic, and there I look. So at that point in my head, I am working. As a matter of fact, I don't even see him as my husband at that point in that situation. Yes. I don't.
If he comes now,
If he comes where? He knows me.
he won't do it.
He knows. He knows. Yes.
work is
So he
going on,
knows
work
there
is
are boundaries. When we're working.
You don't see her as a fighter. She has put rules, ground rules.
It's not even, you know when you know your partner, you already know your partner. And you know there are boundaries, and you know this person is like that. So.
Mercy, fine babe, hot wife, but you're a mother as well. How are you doing all these things and parenting?
You do school runs and all that stuff.
By the way, my daughter just recently graduated.
Hallelujah, somebody.
I mean, I have a graduate as a daughter.
Congratulations.
To God with the glory. I mean, that's too was very emotional for me because I single-handedly raised her. And, doing everything all by yourself wasn't an easy task. It wasn't a walk in the park for me. It was a lot of work. You know, when you're a single mom, you're scared. You actually are the one that will go and look for money. But you also
have to be the one to nurture.
How do you? So you're scared. You don't want to fail. You can't go and look for money and then you're not, nurturing and paying proper attention.
If anything happens, they will blame you.
They will blame you. And there's someone like me that's even,
an actress.
very misunderstood. Yes, I am very, very misunderstood. When a mom came to work with me and then she was like, Auntie Mercy, oh, you're like this, oh, you're like that. I'm like, what you see on social media is just like a personnel. It's not like the real Mercy. There are times that when I told her, when I told her that I don't even like parties, she's like, yes.
You are shocked.
Yeah,
You don't like party cake?
But people close to me know that I don't like parties. I don't like parties. Yes, I love my space. I love my personal space. I love to be in my house. So people don't know all that about me. So I'm very misunderstood.
So do you still cook for your husband?
Yeah, absolutely. I even post sometimes on my page. And so before now, it used to bother me that people do not understand me and they judge me wrongly most times. And I'm like, okay, what am I doing wrong? So at some point, I had to accept that maybe that's how God just wants that. Anybody that comes close to me would know the real me. And, you know, so you say you get.
Like that too. I'm very
say
So we're so happy for you.
Thank you so much.
I was going to ask you how, where it's going to be premiered, where and what cinemas across the country. Is in London? Are you going to UK? Are you going to all the global premieres? How is it?
I'll go everywhere to make money. So the premiere is taking place next week, Tuesday, at IMAX Cinemas, Lekki. And then the movie opens proper in all cinemas across the nation, all cinemas across the nation, from December 15, 2023. Save the date, guys. Come out to see this film. Come out. You will love it. You see the way I'm saying it confidently? You would love Ada Omodadi. And that's on period.
I saw a comment on your page. The lady was like, even if you don't do skits, even if you don't do anything, just from this trailer, I am going to come and watch it.
that trailer.
How was the feedback?
I mean, by the way, my trailer has been described as the best
I agree.
amongst all the trailers.
I agree.
And that actually makes me feel very...
You walked with
I'm humbled. I'm humbled. You know, because
Mercy, you're so different from what you think. But like, you're talking, I'm just looking at you.
Is it the same Mercy that we see on Instagram?
Yeah, I've actually met her once, and she had a very good aura. So when I see the social media buzzbuzz, I say, well...
Oh, you notice the social media is not her.
Yeah.
It's people's commenting on her.
No, but sometimes...
I think, and then when you don't blame people, you know, at times when things
She too shall done buzzbuzz. Don't you, because she said, tell her, she too shall done buzzbuzz on social media.
No, I haven't. I don't do as good. I don't even respond. People know that I don't respond. I hardly respond. I don't. It's just
So we have to wrap
happy
up
to
soon.
meet you.
I mean, I know at that moment that is the focus now, but this is the first of many. Are you planning to do much?
Absolutely. There's no stopping me. That is a movement. And the others are coming. This is the beginning of great projects from Mesa.
What's the most romantic thing your husband has done for you?
He bought me...
Tell us.
Okay, so my birthday last year, he bought me a Rolex wrist that I cherish, and then he just does a lot of very sweet things.
Please teach us. The women now they don't want to learn. Please.
Like my husband joyfully dressing up as a woman to promote my film.
As in...
Auntie is just directing. You're constantly directing.
It's important to her.
No, but we're also talking about
real life. Real life things.
things.
Does he make tea for you in the morning, make
He does
breakfast?
everything. My husband is you want me to follow my husband?
Yes, now tell us so that we can know. Men want to
My husband is
learn.
very romantic, actually. He's even more romantic than I am. And then, you know, it makes food for me. It massages my feet when I'm tired.
Okay, what do you do?
I do a lot. I cook. I take care of him.
You do pole dancing.
Give a monkey in the shadow style.
No, we don't have pole in the house. So I shall dance with my towel at times. And
towel.
I can be very naughty with my towel, and then at some point I take it out.
Sexy. That's what's up. You get sexy lingeries.
Yes,
of course.
Let me give you a gist. Last year, Valentine, let's go and buy lingerie because we're going to Maldives for this thing. And then I now wore the laundry, and my husband was like, and I'm like, after my effort. And you know, he was just like, oh, you're beautiful, regardless of the laundry or not. But my husband is just very sweet, and he knows when to say those sweet words to
You don't want the show to end. You want to hear more.
I'm telling you, she's so looking at
I can see, like a Barbie. We need to have a Barbie doll of Mercy. Well, like, we need a doll. You know how we have the doll? Yeah. We need a Mercy doll.
Where is Barbie?
But seriously, I tell people that it's not you don't count the amount of times that you try to love. Please, let it be limitless.
Yes.
It's okay. If you try the first time, it doesn't work, and try the second time, it doesn't work.
Try
the
again.
third time. It might just be that at that third time, you get it right.
Yeah.
And then whatever, because you got yours right the first time, does not mean that I have to.
Yeah. True. That happens.
We have different journeys. We're working different parts in life.
You have to wrap up.
You're coming back,
Oh,
right?
sorry.
We'll come back.
You're coming back.
About polygynous relationships.
It's okay. That time I'll be ready for you guys.
Because I want you to teach people.
Yeah.
So many people judge from outside. So we need to learn, especially in modern times, how it works, how it functions, so people can learn.
Yes, and I would also want to correct a lot of impressions.
Exactly.
Because I've not really spoken extensively about what happened.
Yeah.
the
I'd
other
love to have you
time.
back.
So I would love to, like, the impression that my Yale and I are friends, which is false. So there's so many other things that I would really want to come back and correct.
Yeah.
But for now,
Ada Omodade. Let's say it together. 1, 2, go. Ada Omodade. That's all.
So when I saw before you go,
The show has ended.
Oh, the show has ended.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. So
All right.
Please join Veronica and the ladies tomorrow. Have a lovely weekend. See you Monday. Bye for now.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.